2023 Westchester County Sports Hall of Fame honoree, Margaret Muggsy Fraina. They say the best referees in any sport are the ones you don't even notice at all. Margaret Fraina, throughout her career, made that her primary goal. But Fraina, best known as Muggsy to those around her, made an impact that should never go unnoticed. Fraina was a pioneer in the sport of girls basketball, not only officiating the biggest games of her era, but serving as an ambassador in the sport at the section and state levels.
I mean, Muggsy's been around forever in girls basketball, and between her work on the local level, the regional level, and the state level, she really is the one that knows the most about how girls basketball started in New York State, especially in Westchester, and how it's gone and how it's progressed.
Fraina has been involved in officiating in the region for over 48 years, emerging as a trailblazer at a time when the landscape of women's athletics was changing. When Title IX passed in 1972, an education amendment that protects against discrimination of athletes based on sex, doors for female athletes were opened. And Fraina not only chose to enter the male-dominated world of officiating, she held that door open for so many women behind her.
I mean, Muggsy is like the pioneer person. I feel like she's the guru of all things of officials. She was the one who was part of teaching me how to be an official. She was one of the people that were one of the facilitators and the teachers and instructors when I first started out. When I think of Westchester basketball officiating, I think of Muggsy. I know it sounds crazy, but truly an exemplar person, both on and off the court, and just a great woman figure for the game of basketball.
It's just much more about being a woman on the court. We just didn't see it at that time. And so it allowed for women to be a part of the game in terms of, you know, comfortability and making a way for other women to feel like they belonged. For so long, men operated and refereed both boys and girls basketball without women having a voice. And so I think she allowed people to have a voice.
Fraina's success as an official, thanks in large part to additional scrutiny, didn't come easily.
Well, I can share one of her first games, and she reffed in the Irvington gym. And she did a wonderful job, but didn't think she had done a job that was good enough, and was upset because one of the coaches wasn't pleased with her call. And she spent at least 15 minutes in the coach's room after the game asking us what she could do better. And obviously that's how seriously she took everything, and she did everything better. And was one of the first female refs in Section 1.
Fraina would find her way as a referee, largely because of her dedication to master the craft through study.
Just wanted to be as good as she could possibly be. And again, I think part of it was that she was one of the first of the few female refs, and it was the beginning of Title IX had just come in, and she was trying to set a standard for women, and she wanted to be the best. And I think just the way she was at everything. She was that way through her whole career as an athlete. She always wanted to be better and do as good as she can, and she proved it by getting all the way up to the state level in refereeing.
She's very easy to work with. She's not the kind of official that wants to tell you that she knows what she's doing. You can see that by what she does. She knows what she's doing. Her impact was great because there were women at the time that were officiating basketball, but she moved right from officiating right into the administrative section as well because she saw the need for some leadership, and she felt that she could help. So she did a dual mode. She did not only the officiating, but she also did the planning and the procedures that go forward.
Muggsy's passion and her ability to see all sides of a discussion, and whether we disagreed with something or not, we were always able to come to an agreement when it came to what we thought was best for New York State girls basketball officials and New York State girls basketball in general. Her passion for it always was amazing to me.
Today, Fraina has hung up her whistle, but is taking on a far greater challenge: the recruitment and education of new referees. Every Wednesday in the fall, she hosts a new officials class where she goes chapter by chapter, rule by rule of the book, teaching, explaining, and encouraging.
Every year, she's the head clinician on the new clinic, the new persons clinic. I do it with her. And so from the mid-'80s till now, she has seen every girls official that's come new to our organization. And she's mentored some of them, didn't mentor all of them, but she's been involved in every single, so she's touched every new official that's come through the clinic since the mid-'80s.
You know, I think Muggsy's been a staple into our membership, you know, for so many years, and the time she puts into, you know, doing this Canada class and just, you know, giving back. You know, she hasn't been on the court a ton recently, but it's just invaluable information that she gives, and, you know, just teaching new officials year after year has just been so important for the development of our association.
Fraina now joins her sister, Kathy Gray Wasilek, in the Westchester County Sports Hall of Fame, who was inducted posthumously in 2018. Kathy was a 500-win coach at Holy Child in Rye and was also a girls basketball advocate like her sister. Of all the Westchester County Sports Hall of Fame inductees in 2023, Fraina probably is the most unrecognized name. But as you go town to town and see the game of girls basketball flourish, she played a bigger role in her sport as anyone before her.
You know, it's a recognition of years of not just officiating, but it speaks to her character. It speaks to her demeanor on how she was when she officiated, because obviously she would not have been given this award unless she had the respect of not only her peers, but coaches, athletic directors, players. You know, I'm sure that there's officials out in Westchester County that would probably say the reason why I got into it was because of Muggsy. And I'm sure that she will probably shake her head and go, no, because she is very humble that way. But I don't think she understands or maybe truly recognizes the impact that she had.
And I just think the recognition that Section 1 has given and continues to give to women in sports is wonderful. And I'd just like to see it continue, and Muggsy is a perfect example of what women in sports should be about.
The first step toward immortality is to live a life worth remembering, and that would be her life.